Hi, this is Derek Daly, and this is my S1 assignment video. Let's start off by demonstrating the gated D latch. So, it works by having an enable switch that, while inactive, will block the input of input D, and while active, it'll, function normally and allow the inputs to go through. So, as we can see here, Q is 1 right now, but how could that be? The only way possible that Q could equal to 1 is if D is 1 and the switch is on, which allows the input to go through. And you can see we could turn off the switch right here and it'll keep that input despite what we do to D. Um, yeah, there is the D latch. And the difference between a sequential circuit from a combinational circuit is that unlike combinational circuits, the outputs are a function of previous inputs and current inputs. It has some sort of memory, while combinationals are only a function of the current inputs. Alright, let's go check out the D flip-flop. Alright, so I'll demonstrate by showing how to make the clock tick automatically. I use the shortcut Control K, but you can go right here and do auto tick enabled, and you can set your frequency. Right now we're at half a hertz, so Control K, and bam, using the clock input, there it goes. Alright, so now that we have the clock active, let's see how D propagates through Y and Q. So this is a positive edge triggered, which means uh, it'll only ever change when the clock goes from low to high. So I'll change the input to 1 right now, and it's about to go to high. There it is. So there you go. The difference between positive edge triggered and negative edge triggered is that negative edge triggered would allow inputs to go through when the clock goes from 1 to 0. Alright, so you can kind of see how it propagates through. The Y input obviously receives the output from the first latch first, uh, so on and so forth. So now that we've seen the circuit, let's go check out the simulation of the propagations and the timing diagram. So here it is. Here we are. So we're going to set the time scale to 0.2 seconds. And bam, now we can see what's going on. Wow. Obviously nothing's going through, so that makes sense. So here I'll change it to 1. And we can see what happens. Let's go back to that tab. Bam. Alright, so as you can see, I switched the input to 1 from high to low, and since this is positive edge triggered, that wouldn't do anything. But the second that clock goes from low to high, Q immediately turns on and stays that way. Very cool. And that is how our D flip-flop works. And that should be the end of the assignment. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.